Hello guys, how are we doing? Welcome everyone, hope we are doing fantastically well. It's the AEL High School Rocket League Week 2. I am joined by Mr. Foxy, Mr. rlfoxxy. And Fox, well, yeah, I'm doing quite well. Of course, we've had some troubles with the cameras at the moment, so if he does look like he's lagging, that's actually just an illusion. In fact, he's not even there anymore, which makes it even better, but hopefully that won't be a huge thing throughout when we are here and when he does come on the screen. There we are, a bit more movement there, but Fox, mate, welcome, week 2. We didn't have the pleasure, it's a pleasure, I guess, of both of us casting together for the first time, but we didn't have the pleasure of casting week 1 at all. So coming into this second week now, we've got at least the 5 games to do today, from 2 all the way through 4, and I'm looking forward to what should be some, I think, pretty solid Rocket League all around.
There's a few top-tier matches today to look forward to, and I think that there's a lot of matches that are from teams who haven't even lost a game yet. So to see those guys play and see who's going to end up on top, there's a lot of games today that we could end up seeing in the grand final, and I think it's a good preview to see the level of play that is possible in this high school league.
Yes, absolutely. So we are going to be watching what should be some pretty high quality stuff. I mean, I personally had the pleasure of watching and casting the finals from last semester term, whichever way you want to swing it, and it was good fun to watch as someone who hasn't particularly seen a lot of the AL Rocket League series in the last couple of years, and it's nice to see a lot of these young kids coming through, putting their talents up and getting a chance to actually have it displayed out to all their, family, friends, and any new people that might be coming in. But before, of course, we do get to the action, we do have to go through a few of our sponsor reads. Fox, do you want to take us away with our first and main one on the board?
I mean, Acer, Predator Gaming, I mean, without them, we wouldn't be able to, run this, and providing all your gaming and education PC needs, powering that high school league. So thanks to those guys. Yes. And ViewSonic as well. They're our education partner, and they upgrade your classroom today with ViewSonic's large format interactive displays and the My Viewboard software suite. And I mean, that My Viewboard is just magnificent. I mean, I wish I had one when I was a kid.
Absolutely. And if you do stick around, of course, whenever we do go to a break, you might see even a little bit of an ad just to show you a bit of what that board does do. What about our third sponsor, third cab off the rank?
We've got AOC, the AOC monitor, to get the best gaming experience with their latest range of gaming monitors as well. So thanks to those guys. And Rig Gaming, the headset partner, so we can hear and experience great sound with Rig's gaming range of headsets. So thanks to everyone who's looking after us here and running the show.
Yes, that they are doing. We do thank all of our sponsors for that. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing today. So a big shout out to them. We might need to get a video feed sponsor coming in soon, I'd reckon, because we are, of course, still struggling with the cameras on that end. The classic VOD Ninja deciding that it's not
that's the thing,
it's not its day. I guess that's, sometimes things just don't want to work and all come together. But as long as we get to see the Rocket League action, I think that's what everyone has definitely come for, and that's all that we can hope to see in the end with these ones. But speaking of those, do we actually have any of the first round results? Because, of course, it's week 2. I actually thought it was week 1. I was behind the 8 ball. I didn't realize we'd started already into another one there.
I mean, we've got 4... At the moment, we've got 4 teams that are currently undefeated after first week of play. I mean, you've got TCC Ghost, you've got Newstead, Linwood, and Brass 3, who we're about to see now, who are undefeated coming into round 1. I mean, there's a couple of teams there that won't be undefeated because there's a couple of double undefeated matches that are coming. So at the end of the day, we'll have to see if there is any team that is undefeated by the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely, we will. But I mean, first cab off the rank, those ones there, the Budgie, or the Brass boys coming through there. And I mean, week 1 winners, you do, I think, tend to go in with a bit more of a confidence coming off that first week win. On the other side of things, I guess, for Nudgee College, not the start they were after, of course, dropping their first game coming into this one. And I think maybe that they want to definitely show on this next because all of these games, of course, best of fives. For all of these during the round robins, best of sevens do come in sometime into the finals. But in these best of fives, you do have limited opportunity sometimes with this game. They're 5 minutes, they're quick action. You've got to be able to get in and actually just make sure that you start off well, because it's just those really small mistakes that can just put you on a downward spiral quickly. And you don't want to be done a 3-0 game, 15 minutes, and that's it for the day. You want to make sure it's good, clean, fun. And you want to make it a nice long series as well.
Well, that's exactly it, especially in these best of threes that are kind of, you have to start quick. It's just as simple as that. You don't have time to time out and take your time, and it requires you to just quickly get there and get your goals and get out of there with hopefully a 2-0 for your side. It's just one of those things where you don't have the time like you do in a best of 5 or best of 7. You've got to start straight away.
Absolutely, you do. Well, we are waiting at the moment just to see what is going on with the old lobbies. Hopefully, we won't be too far away from these games to jump in. But going off at least the schedule.
Try clicking on my name, and you should see join lobby, and then we'll be good.
Oh, well, that actually makes things even better through there. Well, I have joined at least that one.
That's silly Rocket League. That's silly Rocket League being Rocket League.
Well, that does show how well I know these games there. If I remember correctly.
These games are very... I love them because this is the future. You're going to have players here who have never been in this type of experience before. This caster type of games being casted, being in a competition type of space, having a chance to, win it and with, a massive prize on the line for your school. I mean, $8,000 ViewSonic, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a big, big prize for these guys. And with everybody watching them and everything, they want to be able to perform and to perform well. And I'll just tell these lads.
We are waiting in the lobby, so things will be getting underway there pretty shortly. But yeah, I mean, that is the thing. I mean, and it's all comes down to teams who handle that pressure, I guess, well compared to others, because it is a very difficult game sometimes to really be able to find those, moments. And that's what it is. A lot of this game is it's moments. It's things that are sometimes completely out of your control. But speaking of which, game 1, we are underway here. St. Joseph Nudgee College on your left of screen, blue, and the Green Point Christian College, the orange boys there. And well, hopefully this first game and first best of 5 should be an absolute cracker.
Well, that's exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, these lads are going to try their hardest to, they didn't think they were being streamed at this time. I mean, we had a schedule change and everything else, and they're going to come into this one hoping to be able to show themselves. And the thing is, as well, is these boys in orange have not lost a game, let alone a series, the entire tournament so far. They've not lost a game, and you can see why with the amount of pressure that they've started off with, and that one's nearly in to start.
Yeah, the Nudgee College boys under enormous pressure earlier. Sabrex looking to get that center in once again. Clearance for the time being, as now Panda's going to be bringing this one forward. In fact, just leaves it open for the goal. Everyone's gone underneath it, and Panda just walks on in. And Green Point Christian College, it's taken just under the first minute. They'll find their first one. Speedy just getting enough of a tap there, I think, in the end. Over the top.
It was a little love tap, wasn't it? Just a little tap of a play there.
So now looking towards this one again. And just like that, Green Point Christian College back on the attack right now. Hasn't been many forward momentum thrusts here so far from the Nudgee College squad. And again, the center towards the middle. And again, almost left open. Giro getting back just in time to allow the one down. But it just seems the wall riding and skill in the air at the moment definitely belonging with the Green Point boys. Giro dribbling back in towards that right corner there. Sabrex will intercept as Davino starting in towards the middle, but as he clears, Speedy comes in. Sabrex in with the assist as well, and that is going to be Green Point Christian College with their second. And it is just living in their forward half at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of pressure to start off with, and definitely looking a lot better. Just a little faster on the ball, a little bit more knowledgeable on the ball. Wouldn't necessarily say better on the ball, but just a bit more smoother. That's allowing them to get so much pressure on their half. At the moment, it's looking like these boys in orange are serious players and looking very, very good.
It's just being able to get any clearance whatsoever has been the problem so far for the Nudgee College boys. The defending has been fine, but it's just getting it past the halfway mark. Just can't seem to get anything beyond that. And once again, it's going to be Panda coming down from the middle. Zero will be there. Almost comes in and knock off Panda again. As Do will finally get a clearance, and they might actually look to get forward one of the first times. Here is Zero colliding there, and Speedy will take that away again, thrusted forward here to the green point.
They're definitely playing on a counter-attack here, St. Joseph's. They're trying their best to, I guess, create something, and the best way to do that for them at the moment is to get some counter-attack going, get a big boom and try to get it up there. But the amount of pressure it amounts to is just way too much at the moment, and now the demos are coming in because Speedy knows they're trying their best to defend, and what's the best way to get rid of defense? Just blow them up. And there's SaberX, 3-0.
Now flying in over the top, Jin Zero caught completely flat-footed, and that will be a third on the board here now for the boys over on Greenpoint Christian College. St. Joseph's yet to trouble the scorers and yet to really trouble the goals in general. Hasn't been a shot their way, and again, another forward momentum shift, and looks like Greenpoint are just going to be living it in their forward half, but Devendo, nice little occurrence and a good chance for a setup here.
Ooh, there was a chance. It went off the crossbar. I mean, you can see why they're 5-0 to start off the season. They're definitely one of the faster crew. I know that Speedy and Fat Red Panda are two players who have played the game for quite a while. SaberX I've actually never seen before, so I'll be interested to see how he plays. But the other two I've seen, I've actually played against in the past as well, in ranked and everything else. So they are legit players. There's a chance for Fat Red Panda. Just gets it in off the line. Couldn't save it. 4-0 for the boys in orange.
Yep, just enough of a roll on that one as it sits, spins, and Dobbin in the end eventually just gives it a nice little love tap in to finish it off. And 4-0, Greenpoint, this one seemingly in the books, at least the first game here. And free touch off the start. Is Speedy going to be bringing that one forward? Panda with the aerial. Again, centering towards the middle. A nice clearance there. Over on the side of St. Joseph's, down one below. And Speedy actually has to get down pretty nicely just to make sure that clearance comes out. But again, back in their forward half, and again, looking to get up the set, and there's been a lot of their dominance so far has just been the aerial. They seem to just be a class above at the moment.
That's the big difference in, is that one, oh my, the big difference in skill is always aerials. There's a big difference between a good player and a great player in this game, and it's the ability to get up quick, get up fast, and not only that, but then find something with the ball, not necessarily just hit it and hope. As Fat Red Panda is just on fire now. He scored a hat-trick in game 1, 34 seconds to go, and it's looking very, very good for the boys in orange.
That it is, and yeah, just again, sort of left open where they were, and that's just Nudgee College trying to get any sort of forward momentum where they've been defending quite well, but it's had to rely on all three players basically just standing at the back of the goals, and it hasn't allowed them to get any forward thrusts actually moving, and now it's just, well, it's party time at the moment here. As Greenpoint find their 6th. Still 27 left to go. SaberX, beautiful dribbling off the wall there. Speedy coming flying in and knocking it straight down the center. So, well, look, there's still 2 games afterwards, and this one to follow at the very least. So Nudgee College have got time to rebound here, but it's got to start with maybe trying to get a few wins out of the center, because I think every time off these starts, it's just been, just straight away, Greenpoint getting forward, and it's just living in their forward half after that.
Yep. Well, they're going to need, so they're going to need 2 wins, but that's the thing with these best of 3s is just one more is needed, and all of a sudden the series is just completely over, and they're going to have to turn this around, have a little chat with each other, and try to see what the issue is, and the issue at the moment is they're just allowing too much pressure up forward, and I'd say about 80% of it. You can see there 18 shots to 2 in total, and the reason for that is just they're staying back. Davino's very good. I can tell that Davino has played the game for a long time, but he's got to create more pressure forward, and at the moment they're just not getting that.
Yeah, no, I do. I would say that Giro and maybe Outback Postman probably don't have the time in the game that, you know, someone like Speedy, Fat Red Panda, Sabrex have, and especially Davino. I think Davino clearly there that we saw was very much the catalyst of a lot of those ones there. I mean, 7 saves, the only 2 shots they did have, 631 points. In fact, led everyone on the scoreboard, so he was doing what he could. But unfortunately, it is a team game, and you're running into a team like Greenpoint who are all, you know, I wouldn't say anyone in that game was a complete superstar, but they all did their roles perfectly. The goals are pretty spread, assists, the saves that needed to come in, and the scores are all pretty much even around those as well, around that 500, sort of mid-400s as well. So a lot of work to do for St. Joseph's, but again, there's still a chance, you know. You've just got to believe in yourselves. I think that's always the best way to look at it.
If they keep playing like that, get a few counterattacks going, then it's not over until it's over. It's just one of those things where you...
Oh, we seem to have lost Foxy there for a second as the teams...
No, we're good. I think we're good. I disconnected for like a small second, but I think we're good.
Well, with a few connection issues with the camera, a few connection issues with the game.
Yeah, I know, right?
Love to see. Good old Australian internet.
Yeah, that's normal. But yeah, I was just saying that with these best of 3s, it only takes one game, and all of a sudden you're even into a final game. And you just gotta get that. You gotta get one of the first 2 games, obviously. But if you do, that momentum is massive. If they can get a couple of goals and get a counter-attack going, Davino starts carrying and all that. It's not over till it's over. But that's a good pass, but nobody there for it.
A lot of the problems are sort of going to be lying in with how they do the start games, if there, or at least any of the goals that do come through. Yeah. Davino, I feel like he wants to take off the start, but then the problem lies in if he does, then he's not going to be there for any sort of follow-ups. If it's an even one there, you got to rely on Outback and Gin.
Like
and Davino, oh, that is a beautiful shot from downtown. And that is exactly what we were talking about, coming in from the back, wide open goal, left open, and just, bit of poor play there from the Greenpoint guys. Just everyone past that halfway mark, and you could say it's a little bit of cockiness considering you won the last one 6-0. Wasn't trouble in the goals, but that's what happens. You got to stay in the game and are well aware at all times.
That's what I mean by counter-attack. I think that Davino knows that his teammates aren't as, I guess, experienced as him in the game, and that can be an issue in 2 ways. One, can't attack like you normally would because you know that the players back, you don't want to leave them like that, and it kind of puts yourself into an issue because then you got to stay back to defend and then you can't attack. That's where counter-attacking comes in and getting a big boom like that to get it out of there. And if it goes in, it goes in. All of a sudden it's 1-0. I mean, there's still 3.5 minutes on the clock, but they just got to keep defending, give themselves that chance. And if they're playing it, this is the correct way to play it. So I'll give them that. Tactically, they've been perfect so far.
Well, they've found that one goal and now defending it for their lives. And Davino just across in time. That looked like it was destined to go on the back of the net, and a fantastic save there. Unfortunately, this one off the top of the crossbar. How has the ball not gone in yet? It's still hanging around. And finally, Fat Red Panda will put it in. Oh, my Lord. And also, well, I mean, even better in the text chat, as you can read out by person. As you can tell, I know what I'm doing. That always makes you full of confidence, but good Lord. How on earth did that not go in the first 3 attempts?
That was like that first goal in the first game, but that one, crossbar 3 times and down, it just would not go in, and that's the that's the problem of leaving players back like that. Is just you're gonna create issues if you go for the counter attack, don't get it. It's unfortunate, but that's Rocket League. It's 2-1.
I did like what they tried there again. Davino didn't start off the start. They got the one through there, and then that just unfortunately really a miss there from Zero. Can't do much about that. He will get the ball starting off from the center though. Speedy with the intercept, dribbling over the top, and just like that. That is superb control And Greenpoint, well, they were momentarily down, but they have responded in a turn 3 on the trot. Speedy puts that one in the back of the net, and 2 minutes 50 left, and, well, I don't like to say things are over, but it's going to be a very tough task here for Nudgy to get back into this game.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's 3 mechie players who have a lot of experience in the game versus 1 who has experience in the game and 2 who, and I quote, said they know what they're doing. I mean, this is the thing that I love with this tournament and with the school tournament and stuff as well, because not only do people get to watch a tournament that they necessarily wouldn't watch, but play it as well. There's players in this tournament that I'm sure have never even touched the game before, and learning it, you know, on the fly and having mates to play with and everything else. That's the best part of this tournament, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. I think anything with esports, especially for a lot of these younger guys, is the main. At the end of the day, the main thing is that you want to be having fun with what you're doing, and that's just the thing. You know, Saturday afternoon, playing with a few mates. You know, you might be getting beaten 4-1 in the second game, but you look at it, you went down 6-0 in the last one, and you managed to find a goal in this game, and you were leading the game as well. So, you know, you crop a few things out, you know, take out the timer, put that to 0 with a few bits of photoshopping to make it look like you actually beat the boys in Greenpoint. So,
yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, you want to have an enjoying time, and just, well, it's all about having a bit of fun as they will be getting this one
definitely
forward.
tell that they're doing that, and I mean, you know, it's a good Saturday, and you know, after doing school all week, and I'm sure that some of these lads are doing exams as well, and just being able to calm down for a couple of hours to play some car soccer is always a lot of fun. And especially, I mean, there'll be wins for these lads. You can tell that they're definitely a team that will come the last few games of the season will start switching on, and especially with Davino as well, who will be, I'm sure, you know, training them up as they go along. And that's a big boom from Davino. Chance, not quite, couldn't quite get that one. And then it's knocked away. And Speedy's been on his own with Duro. Speedy, don't do it. Oh, what a goal.
Oh, he's enjoying himself there, Speedy. I believe that's his, I think, well, if not third, he's second in a row. Few party tricks there for Speedy and Greenpoint. But, I mean, you can definitely see that a few of these boys for the Nudgy College ones, like, they're already showing pretty good signs. I mean, the aerials need a bit of work, but everything else is there. I mean, getting off the ground's fine enough. Defending's been fine. Davino gets a few more weeks with these boys, and I think we definitely could see them winning a couple of series towards the back end of this season.
Yep.
As again, living in this forward half here.
That's the hardest part. Yeah. The aerials. I mean, I've played the game for 8 years, and I still struggle with them. People know me as a rotational player who very rarely. Oh, that's an interesting own goal. Very rarely aerials, and the reason why is because it's a very hard mechanic to learn. It's a very hard mechanic to master. Some of these lads will learn it, and some of them won't. And the ones who won't are the ones who don't practice it. And you've got to practice. This is a very intense practice type of game where you've just got to keep practicing, keep going. But when you do, it shows.
And it does. Also might have seen some interesting information there, at least from the Nudgy College side of things, where I said the main player thought we started at 2. So that does make me wonder if they are missing one of their players in the usual side. As well, 7 on the board. They've equaled what was a 6-goal margin in the last game. This time, at least, the Nudgy College guys will find at least the one with 8 seconds left on the clock. And, well, this first series, pretty much locked in. And maybe some late goal theatrics on one of these two sides as Fat Red Panda charging that one down towards the goal. The centre will be cleared from Dobbin, though. And, in fact, he will be taken out of this world as well with the destruction right at the end. A 7-1, 2-0. It will be Greenpoint Christian College taking our first series today. And I think doing so in, well, pretty emphatic fashion in the end.
Yeah. I think that they're definitely a team that will end up going into playoffs for sure. In my opinion, I think that they're bound to get themselves into that playoff spot. And they're looking good. That's 5-0 now. 5 wins, 0 losses. They've got a few hard games to come, so we'll have to see if they manage to stay with 0 losses by the end of the day. But if they keep playing like that, they definitely will.
Well, I mean, that's just sometimes what happens at Lowe's, at least. So that is that one done. 7-1, Green Point, the second game there, 6-0 on the first, 2-0, and we are going to go and switch to a quick break when we do return, at least going off the fixture, if it does stay the same, which, well, considering what might have happened so far with the first game, may not for the next one, but I believe it'll be Newstead College and Linwood Senior High School. I did have a chance to actually cast the Linwood Senior boys in the finals earlier, last semester, so hopefully that should be a good one. But guys, we're going to switch to a quick break. When we return, more Rocket League action. We'll be back right after this. Alright. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hope we're all doing well. This is, of course, Term 4 of the 2022 Acer High School Cup. This one, of course, the Rocket League section of today. Foxy alongside me for this one. And Foxy, well, first game's out of the way. Bit of a stomp from a team that, well, one that is clearly on the path towards finals. The other's in their sort of learning mode at the moment in this sort of first couple of weeks. But next game we've got coming up, I reckon shouldn't be too bad. Newstead and Linwood, both I believe that made finals last term around. So should be a bit of a good one here.
Well, both teams at the moment are on fire, and not only that, but they're both 6 wins, 0 losses. So a team is going to lose here for the first time, and I think I'm going to make a bold prediction here and say that this could be the preview for the grand final. I think that these two are probably the teams to beat in terms of, I guess, skill level and time played, I guess. And some of these lads are well and truly good at the game and will be very, very big in the future, for sure.
Well, it's always a big call to make when we are only in the second week of the season, but there we are. You can put that one on record, Foxy, saying that this will be the grand final matchup. So if you want any complaints, we're winning. Yeah. Yeah, cut that clip, put it everywhere. When, of course, these two teams don't make it there. But I'm looking forward to a good game between those ones. The fact that neither has lost so far means, well, I mean, there's a bit of pressure coming to this one. I mean, you're facing off against what is essentially your equal. And that's what makes the games like this so interesting to watch and to find out where, you know, some of the weaknesses, some of the strengths for a few of these teams might lie. I mean, Matthew, of course, plays for one of the teams, well, Dynasty, I believe it is. Which I don't know if they win the Fall Cup one, the recent one that went on. But look, a lot of these players, they've got skill, they've got potential, and we're all going to see it right now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Game 2. Newstead College up against Linwood Senior High School. Foxy, take this one away.
This is going to be quite the game. I'm really going to enjoy this one. It's sad that it's only a best of 3 because this one's going to be... This is the proper playoff game right here, in my opinion. One team here could end up undefeated for the entire season if they win this game. It's very important that they do in their minds to keep that momentum going and start off. It's just a bit of a slow one to start off with, as both teams kind of feel each other to see who can get that first goal.
That it is. Sort of living back and forth at the moment will be Linwood High School. Having it towards their forward half at the moment. Zach, we're going to bring that one underneath. Looking way towards the goal. 2 players waiting, and Snarly will get that one clear back towards the middle. Nice knock on there from Wall, man. Nice shot. I wonder if we're going to see a few of those from him this afternoon. As Peasant will fly in, and now it's going to be the guys over in Newstead sort of controlling here as Aqua, again, trying to look for that clearance. This one's sitting up nicely in the middle. Here comes Snarly up the top. Doesn't get the power. He's looking to get that down as it loops around. Bit of a dangerous area. That should be cleared out here. And, yep, just living back and forth. No one with any particularly, massive shots so far. Both teams are sort of filling each other out.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And you can definitely tell from Linwood, they're playing it a lot faster at the moment than what Newstead is. And I kind of thought that it'd be around the other way, but Zab's got a chance here. Oh! Hits the cross. Oh, hits the post. Goes across, couldn't quite. Gets knocked away and boomed away from the lads of Linwood. So it's a close one, but not quite. And at the moment, still 0-0, 3 minutes to go. And Aqua goes up for this one, gets the flip reset. Matthias couldn't quite get to that one. It's knocked away.
Yeah, just caught flat-footed there. Didn't have the boost allowing him to get anything forward. But Matthew with the control now coming in for the top. Oh, Peasant just able to get that one clear. Look, Destiny was flying towards that top right corner. Snarly coming in from the side. And at the moment, it's Linwood who are controlling the ball. And it's again Matthew getting a shot towards it. Can't quite find it there. But this time, oh man, nice shot. And this time it's in. He missed an open one before. Not this time around. Snarly with a knock-up. Just a little boost over the top, and Matthias was just half a second too late, and our first goal will fall to Newstead College.
Yep, and that's Zav, I believe, with the wall man. Nice shot. He's definitely the best mechanical player of the 3 on the team, and you can definitely see there he got that positioning perfect, banged it up there, top corner, unsavable, and there's a chance. That's a good shot there from Aqua, but Zav back again, and halfway through 1-0, and this is definitely the top of the table clash at the moment.
I always love when players, their Steam name isn't actually, their actual names going to one. So I'll try and keep that in memory. Well, man, nice shot is actually Zav. At least we'll believe Foxy on that one because he's got more of an idea than I do. Well, if it's not, then we apologise to Zav, whoever he might be in this situation. But again, Snarly's going to be coming down from the top ropes. This is going to be the clearance there from Aqua, and here he comes, Mr. Zav. Oh, man, nice shot. Gets the knock on it well again. Unfortunately, this one wide. Without the boost, he's going to have to sort of reset, but now Shifu trying to intercept that one from Aqua. Just seems like Newstead have just settled a bit more at the moment, and they've definitely controlled the last 30 to 40 seconds. A couple more shots falling their way. Still a minute 40 left on the clock. But they really need to just find a way to get them just rolling forward a bit noise. Zav with the destruction. Again, this will now be just a chance for Linwood to find something forward, and there it is, Matthew. Oh, I don't know who it was who just got caught up in the air in that situation. Pretty sure it was Peasant there.
Yeah.
And Matthew just all the momentum.
Can't give him that much room.
Yeah.
Can't give him that much room. He's going to score them every time. And 1-1, 135 to go. And I mean, week one there was a few close games throughout the broadcast, but this is definitely the closest one we've had so far for turn 4. And I really don't know which one this way's going at the moment. And there's a chance that they've come back. Aqua makes it 2-1. And all of a sudden, Linwood take the lead.
Well, it seemed that Newstead had all the control, but just like that, Linwood back-to-back goals and 2-1. Minute 23 left on the clock, and all of a sudden, Newstead find themselves on the back foot. So get started waiting towards the middle again. It might be less after Peasant, who's got himself a nice shot forward there. Matthew was leaving to get that boost, but back in time wasn't any huge amount of momentum with that shot. But here comes Zav, dribbles in the air, not too bad. Over the first one, looking to go over the second. Oh, Zav! That is beautiful! Just like that, over the first, and he completely wrong foots the other one there. Matthew, Aqua, they're all stuck in the air, and Matthew actually knocked his teammate out of the way in the end, and we're all tied up at 2.
That might be the best goal that we see this week. That was brilliant. Not only did he slow it down, but then when he needed to, just put a little touch on it to confuse the defenders. They ended up hitting each other. It goes in, it's 2-2, and once again, we're at even scoreline with a minute to go on the clock. Chance for Shifu off the line. Well saved.
Matthew there just in time to save that one to Snarly. He's got an opportunity down towards the middle, but Aqua flying on in. He went off to get the boost. And it gives him all the favours there to get that one clear, as now Peasant will have control of this one. Little dribble forward, but Matthew intercept here as Linwood look to try and strike back, get the lead. But this one cleared now. Just 30 seconds left on the clock. Overtime, very much on the cards for the first time today.
That's a good block there from Aqua to get it up there, but it goes back to Zav, bangs it to Matthew. 20 seconds to go. Demo's coming in from Aqua. This is an open chance here if Matthew can just get a pass off. He tries to find him. He does. Snarly saves it on the line with 10 seconds to go. Matthias couldn't quite get there. Snarly knocks it away. That's an awkward play. And now with 5 seconds to go, we could be going to overtime unless we get a miracle right here, and we don't.
And that one blocked down. So overtime for the first time today. Newstead College and Linwood Senior High School, they've put on a show for this series so far, and it's only game 1. Makes you really feel like all these games were best of 5s rather than the best of 3s, especially when we're seeing stuff like this. Is all again Zav with the dribble, and here comes Snarly. The dribble didn't score, but it drew every single player there off of Linwood. They got flat-footed. Aqua in the end knocked his own teammate out of the way. Snarly finishes, and they will be taking a 1-0 lead, Newstead, in this best of 3 series.
Yeah, that's Zav's goal right there. He played it perfect, just slowed it down again. And after the first goal, they started getting a bit worried that he was going to do it again. 2 players went for it. They hit each other. Open goal. Newstead take a 1-0 lead.
That they do. And it was just, great stuff to see, honestly, from all of those players. Everyone doing what they needed to do in certain aspects. And, Newstead, they got the first goal. They seemed to have the momentum. All of a sudden, Linwood, bang, bang, just like that. 2-1 lead out of what seemed like absolutely nowhere. Newstead steady, takes us to overtime. And then Zav again, they've got to, and that's the thing, you're watching for someone who's doing those dribbles, and you usually, where it's only one person who needs to go for that intercept, you've sort of got 2 people, 3, where it's like, we need to make sure this doesn't come down. And that's where Snide, that's where Peasant, when they're waiting at the back and just come in, grab those easy goals out the side. So Linwood have got to be careful about that. But they've also got to be careful on the other side of things for Newstead because the way Linwood didn't take them many opportunities. When they had the chance to get the goals, they put them away.
Yeah. Well, that's the sign of a good counter-attack team, able to take their chances, know when to take a chance and go from there. And Zab's been perfect so far at creating those chances, not only scoring, but creating them as well. And at the moment, definitely was the best player of game one, and they need to find some way to stop him. And at the moment, Shifu is playing very well defensively as well. So 4 minutes to go, game two. Still no goals, but there's going to be plenty in this game too, that's for sure.
Oh, there it is again! That's Zav! Just the dribbles enough. The control he has in the air off the wall right there. And that, I mean, boosting is not easy. The fact he gets away with that is fantastic. That is such a beautiful goal. Well, man, nice shot indeed. And Newstead take the lead 1-0 with about a minute done in this game.
I was too early when I said that the best goal of the game, best goal of the day was last game. That one topped it for sure, and just so much power on that flip reset. And Zav is on fire. He's just unbeatable at the moment. And demos come in, and maybe a chance, but not quite. It's knocked away. Matthew's going to try and put it into a spot, and Zav's just too fast again.
He's been the difference maker. Just that control he has in the air is just allowing Newstead to have so much more free reign of that aerial control. And right now it is the difference maker as we tick down below 3 minutes 30 in this one. Matthew going to start to bring this one forward over the first one, as well as Matthias and Aqua look towards the back, trying to find a center, trying to get a setup going. Matthias flying through, but Snarly will get an intercept. The goals are left open at the moment as Matthew and the others flying back. It's up to again. Just a little deep. Peasant quite get it. And that should be cleared and taken away by Linwood here.
Yeah, it was a good pass. Just play didn't quite get to position in time. And look at Zav. Look at that air dribble, just able to stay up in the air. Not only does that waste time, but it gives time for your teammates to get boosts as well. And that's very important. Get those corner boosts. Start up play again. Get a counter-attack going. But Boys in Orange trying to get a counter-attack going as well. And 3 players go. Nobody there for it. Matthew, can Matthias turn on to it? He does. And maybe a chance here to get something going if they could just get a bit of time on the ball. And here's their chance. Well saved once again from Zav, who's playing well defensively now. Doing everything.
Oh, not again. I saw the dribble coming through in the air again. Yeah. I thought surely not for a third time, but that one intercepted. Peasant looking for the center here. 2 clearing from the side of Zav again. Controlling that one up in the air, but not really going to have the boost or the power to get that moving the way he wants. Snarly, that one just knocked right over the top, and it's an open goal. Matthias comes in, and Zav, he saves it. How on earth does he stop that? That is fantastic stuff. For all money, that looked like the equalizer, but Newstead lead thanks off the back of Zav's fantastic save there.
He's doing everything. I said it before, and he's just unstoppable at the moment. Every single time he's got the ball or he's near it or anything, he's just making sure that it works. And Shifu's a bit awkward here, does get it up and continues on it, does get the demo though, and Snarly's going to be able to knock it away. So it's a 1-0 scoreline, which is actually quite surprising considering the amount of attack that has been on, but they've just not been able to score. There's a chance off the wall, went backwards off the wall, tried to find something, but 1:20 to go, and they've got to find a way to get through Zav.
Yeah, it's been a showing so far of incredible attack, but also incredible defense from both teams. Unfortunately for Linwood, they're the ones that have just slipped up so far in this game as we tick down to about 60 seconds left in this one here. Matthew's going to get the clearance rolling forward on this one as Zav falling back. Snarly will come across that one. Falls down towards Aqua, but again, Snarly with an intercept there. Now Shifu coming in from the top one, down the second, and he controls it beautifully. And that might be the killing blow there for Newstead College. Shifu coming from the top and saying, you know, if you can do dribbles off the wall, I can do just as well. He finds their second, and now 2:0, 54 seconds, Linwood. We saw how quickly they could score in that first game. It has to happen right here, right now.
I tell you what, I said before that Shifu was playing back and being the defensive player, and that's absolutely not true with that play there. It was a lot harder than it looked, and he didn't have much boost to play with it either, and well played, and 40 seconds on the clock, and Newstead just have to hold on to here. And as I said before, the team that wins this probably ends up undefeated in the season, and I mean, can I be wrong with this type of gameplay from Zav?
He certainly has been the difference maker between these two teams. Not that anyone's particularly played poorly for any of these sides. It's been fantastic showing in our second series here, but it might just be about to come to an end. Matthew bringing this one forward. They need to find a goal, and they need it now. Linwood Acker off the side. It's just too far away from the center, though, as we tick below 10 seconds, and surely this one should be over. Matthew will get this one rolling forward again. Might be for the last time here for Linwood. Ackwood over the top, but it's knocked down there by Shifu, and that is done. Newstead College will take the win 2-0 over Linwood Senior High School.
I mean, absolutely. It was one of those games. I said during game one that you can't tell which way this game's going to go. But once a team took domination, it was just too hard to stop. And absolutely brilliant from Zav particularly, but from the entire team. It was definitely a higher standard of Rocket League than I expected today. And that was proper professional, just get out there, get the win, get it over with. They did very well there, Newstead, and deserve the win.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. And I think definitely looking at those sides there, I mean, you said the grand finals were probably between these two. Yep. I might have had a bit of look early on predictions, but watching that game, I think you might be very deadly right.
Yeah.
I know there's still a few other teams out there, but these two will definitely be up there contending when it comes to seasons end. I mean, it was just fantastic to watch. And it's just, again, as I said, disappointing it was only a best of 3. I would have loved the best of 5 there. I would have loved to see what Linwood would have had for a bit longer. But, you know, just it was just small mistakes in the end and just, you know, being just big plays. I mean, we looked towards Zav and the 3 goals that he had, the 2 that he first started off, we thought you can't get better than that. And then the third one in the second game was just, you know, absolutely ridiculous beyond that point. And just everyone has to stand up where they need to. They took those moments and they delivered on them. So shout out to both teams. Some really nice Rocket League there. But
yeah, it was one of those games where when you look back at Term 4's highlights, half of them are probably going to be that game. It was definitely for 2 games of Rocket League from both teams. Doesn't get better than that in this league. And I mean, that's just a little show of what's to come with playoffs coming in a couple of weeks' time as well. So
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, playoffs, I mean, you know, we've got like the 5-6 week season. It goes by that quickly, but so you don't have a lot of time to just sort of think about things in regular season, because then it's just straight into those grand finals. But well, we are going to take a quick break. When we return, game number 3 is going to be what is coming up next. And I believe if we just go back up a little bit more to check the top ones, and if it hasn't, a few things fallen by the wayside. It should be Temple Christian College up against, well, actually, no, that was supposed to be against Greenpoint one. So we're not entirely sure what the next game will be. I'm sure it'll be a classic nonetheless. We will be back right after this, guys. Don't go anywhere. Plenty of Rocket League action to come. Welcome back, guys. Hope we're doing well. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the 2022 Acer High School Cup Term 4 for the Rocket League section. We're about to get underway with game number 3. We've had a blowout in one, a very close contest in our second game, and now we look to again see some more Greenpoint action. And Temple Christian College School are also going to be joining us for their first game on the stream today, Foxy.
Yeah, and not only that, but you've got two teams here who are both 6-0 again. We've got exactly the same go again. So there will only be 2 undefeated teams after this series here, and this one is also another one that I think is just completely unpredictable as to where this is going. If Fat Red Panda and Speedy play the way that they did last game, it's going to be very, very hard. But we'll soon find out. I mean, both teams 6-0. They deserve to be at the top, and if they play the way that they did before, then they'll have no problem.
Absolutely. I mean, from the games we saw earlier, of course, it was Greenpoint getting a big win with a 7-1-6-0 victory in their first series. So I'd be assuming we're going to see a lot of the same thing coming into this one. They are, I guess, a little bit of change of mind. You're playing a team that is the same scoreline as you are. They've had their warm-up. You could say maybe it's a little bit of a hindrance in a sense when you're playing a team in that caliber below, but we're going to transition into this one, ladies and gentlemen. Our first game of this best-of-3 series is underway for our series number 3 of the day, Foxy. She's all yours.
Oh, it's a good demo to start off with, and they've definitely... Speedy is his name, and Speedy is his game, and that's a big, big start there for that. Getting that demo on the start, just showing them who's boss, and 20 seconds in, and definitely the boys in orange who have started off a lot faster, and at the moment, they're just got to watch that counter-attack, because you can definitely see they're trying to, as Saber puts it backwards, maybe the counter-attack can come here from DeCloud, but that's well stopped from Fat Red Panda, and that's exactly what he was. Fat Red Panda would not allow that ball to go through.
Risky plays early there as well, coming out of the Temple Christian College boys. That one there in the middle, just... If DeCloud missed that ball, it was a completely open goal down the other side, but they're managing to turn this around quite nicely. They were on the defensive end to start this one, but right now... They've been getting a nice couple of shots in. As Speedy's going to be starting to bring this one forward. Dribble in the air, cleared there from DeCloud, but it's all left open on the right side. Just didn't quite get the angle looking on the ball. As Fat Red Panda will get the intercept, knock away from that one. Back and forth action early. We have just ticked over the first minute, and still no one is able to find the back of the net.
This looks like it could be a high scorer. It's end to end. There's a lot of demos happening, and there's a lot of shots happening, and they just need them to go in. And Fat Red Panda with a chance there to get the pass off and off the side of the post, and that's exactly what I'm saying, is that if they take those chances, it's going to be a high-scoring game, and DeCloud couldn't quite get onto that one. But the demo comes in, awkwardness for Saber, and that one nearly goes in and knocked away by Speedy, and 2 minutes in it is 0-0, but it's not short of action.
That has not been so far. DeCloud running in from the side, looking to try and get another destruction and knockaway, which is what Wrinkly is going to be able to grab there. And now Unique God flying from the side. Can't quite find the angle on that upward shot, as now the other way they come here. Greenpoint College, Temple. Again, though, once they've settled into this one, they've really got things going. Another destruction, another fly in, and DeCloud will finish this time. Then it will be Temple Christian College to take the lead. We saw the destructions, and we can see how much they can do just to knock teams out of favour. And DeCloud, a really nice finish from the top row there.
The ball was just on their half for 40 seconds at least. They just couldn't get it out, and that's exactly what happens. You run out of boost, you run out of chances to get rid of it, and the demos are just coming from everywhere. Unique God must have about 4 already, and just trying to put a lot of pressure on. And here's a chance, and that one's taken away. And it looks like a fight of demos between both teams at the moment, because I think we've seen more demos in 2.5 minutes of this game than we have all day.
I think you'd be pretty accurate with that one. We've seen a lot of demos in this one so far. As Speedy coming through the air will be blocked off from Unique God, and will be an availability for Temple just to reset and get this one rolling forward again. They leave themselves open on the ball though, and almost a nice little knock in there from the Greenpoint guys, as they just want a bit of momentum their way. They just want a bit of time in their forward half. What they had earlier on, but was allowed and taken away from Temple Christian College. They will get a clearance once again, but they're having to work it sort of back and forth. We tick below 2 minutes, and now DeCloud bring this one for the center. Looking pretty nice there. Unfortunately, no one home. So Wrinkly will intercept in the middle, and it's just again back and forth, and all Wrinkly over the top. Tap once, it sits up there. Speedy to Cloud coming in from the side. Oh, he hits the top of the crossbar. It was a wide open goal, but Unique Gold will be there to finish it. They didn't hit the first time.
He's going to be upset with that one. That was as open as it gets, and he'll call it a pass. It was a pass. It went in. It doesn't matter how it goes in. It's 2-0.
Again, the set off from the middle here. Got another destruction. Have to see if I don't know if the stats usually come up for the old destructions on the bottom scoreboard, and they don't, but we would love a counter if we can get some with those. And, well, as it stands, Greenpoint College, they need to start turning things around. They need to start doing things quickly. As to Cloud, another one going towards that bottom left corner. Just couldn't quite get the speed and momentum. They just need to turn things around to what they had in that first minute of this game. They seem to be all over the top. They couldn't find the early goal. They were close to a couple, and now it's just being controlled. And from above, Speedy, oh, the dribble is beautiful, and the save is even better from Unique God. And that could be a game-saving one there.
Well done.
But not for long, as Saberix flying in, and we'll finish it off 2-1, and we've still got a game with 1 minute and 1 second left in this first one.
That was well done from Fat Red Panda. He realised that they had the pressure on the ball. There was only one player back, and he turned back around to create that play again and keep it on that half. And that's exactly what he did, and create that pressure. And 2-1, still a minute to go. I mean, we've seen a comeback already today when they were 1-0 down and came back 2-1 and ended up winning that game. And it's looking like there's a chance here. 45 seconds to go. They've got to get back on the other side, though.
It's at the wrong end at the moment. It's DeCloud looking for a center one there. Fat Red Panda will fly the cross. Actually a pretty nice clearance as well, but Unique God, that is a beautiful clearance. In fact, that one might even just go in from half court. Oh, beautiful stuff there from Unique God. It's just a clearance one off the wall most of the time, but he gets the angle, and unfortunately Saberix caught just a few seconds behind getting back. And 3-1, Temple Christian College may have just got booked their first game here.
It was the timing of the boost as well. He only had 12 boosts, and he had to use it to get back. And then when he got back, he didn't have anything to get back with. And Fat Red Panda's trying to get that one on target. Good save again by Unique God, who really has been a unique god in this first game. Saves, demos are plenty, and has pretty much given him the win in game one with the amount of plays he's had. And that's a good pass as well. Good goal. Unique God definitely created that goal, and has definitely been the best player game one.
That he has been, as Wrinkly flying in from the heavens to finish it off, and 4-1. The scoreline, well, blowing out a bit towards the end, but this has been a close game. And there's been chances for Greenpoint Christian College to take the one by the scruff of the neck, but full credit to Temple Christian. They will take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 series. Speedy looking for a late goal, sent it to Saberix, to Cloud flying in. And one more hit, and almost finding the back of the net was Fat Red Panda, but that is all she wrote in the first one. 4-1, and yeah, Unique God was the one. 26 cars bump, 3 epic saves, 2 goals as well, an assist, 4 saves, like just everything you needed to do. 758 points as well. You don't mind seeing that.
26 cars bumped. I saw about 25 of them were demos. It just it seemed like the pressure on the ball was created from Unique God. He was able to start plays with his saves and then get up the other end quickly, create those counterattacks with a demo. And if they continue to do that, it's going to be very hard for Greenpoint to get in this game. They definitely can get into it, but if that amount of pressure continues, it's going to be very hard.
Just needs to, well, again, it's not the, I think it was just sort of the lapses they had in a few of those instances where, because it was pretty much back and forth for most of that first game where I don't think either team really took a massive momentum shifts for the entirety of the games. I mean, there was spaces where Greenpoint had it down their end for about 20-30 seconds, Temple on the other side 20-30 seconds. It was just the finishing. And also there was some nice defensive plays from both teams, but definitely it was Temple Christian College who just managed to get back on those defensive ones a bit more. And it's just those little ones. I mean, we saw Greenpoint just a couple of times, players caught out of position. And a team like Temple Christian College, who are also haven't lost a game so far in their first 6, they're going to make you pay on those ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And I wouldn't want to see the stats in terms of how many goals have have they conceded in those 6 games that they've won, because if Unique Gods defending like that, it wouldn't be many. And the way that they're playing at the moment, oh, what a save by DeCloud, but that one's going to go in. Fat Red Panda puts it in. DeCloud with a good save, but it just hits the crossbar, comes back out. Fat Red Panda with a very, very easy goal in the end as it just goes over. 1-0, they're back in the series.
They are a goal early on. Again, good defensive work there from Temple Christian, but that's what Greenpoint need to do, is they need to be there for just those backup ones. They're going to realize that, you know, they're going to be able to save a lot of these first thrust forwards, first shots that we're going to get. So we need to be there on the rebounds, and Big Fat Red Panda, we saw him earlier in the first game doing a couple of those, finds it there, and a 1-0 lead, and now Greenpoint looking to work their way into a bit more of a lead here. Get themselves a cushion early on as they are controlling all this full momentum, sort of like they did in that first one there. Gods will sort of get the clearance. It falls into the middle bit here, and now this could be trouble here. Wrinkly with the center in towards the middle. Here comes DeCloud. Can't quite get the angle he was looking for. Almost looking for the second touch. Gets Sabrex in an awkward position. As Unique God putting that one in, but Fat Red Panda will get the clearance away. And again, just sort of back and forth at the moment. Time, I mean, for Greenpoint, they just wanted to tick down as quickly as possible. These kind of players have the ball live in the middle, look for a counter, and then look to try and extend their lead.
Yeah, but at the moment, they're struggling for boost because the boys in blue are just letting them kind of move around with it, but it's not getting out of the half. So it's been about 40 seconds here of just continuous banging back into the half, putting pressure on, but that one's missed. Speedy's got a chance, misses the open goal, then gets the double. Probably wasn't intended, but he got it, and Speedy puts him 2-0 up.
Well, gets a lucky bounce off the side. He misses the open one to begin with, but he's there for the secondary hit in. And that is how Greenpoint, they're going to get a lot of these done. I mean, if they're stuck on defense with having to use boost for a lot of those, the counter-attack is where it's going to live, and they get it perfectly there, and they will get the ball rolling forward. Still 3 minutes 22 left in this game. Plenty of time, but not if they keep doing this. Greenpoint Christian College, something has awoken in them after that first game. They are out to a 3-0 lead. This wasn't a counter-attack. This was just solid Rocket League, knockdown, and Speedy finishes. Still a lot of time here for Temple Christian to get back into this one, but oh boy, they have been sent a message.
Yeah, this could be the first game 3 that we see today, unless DeCloud has something to do about it. All of a sudden, I said last game that we were going to have a lot of goals. This one's the one to have it. And 3-1, only a minute 45 in, and I mean that's the thing. There's so much time on the clock. You just got to score one more, and they're back in it. This is not over by a long shot.
Well, I just did say that Greenpoint has sent a message to Temple Christian College, and they certainly have replied almost instantaneously on that one. Better than anything Ozpost could probably do, as we looked out again towards this sort of back half here. And again, DeCloud going to be having almost towards an open goal. Speedy gets back just in time. Oh, Fat Red Panda just missed the opening on their defensive side, and they cannot allow themselves to have those mistakes come up too often because there's still so much left in this one. We haven't even ticked past halfway.
Yeah, and I mean, now the amount of pressure that's just coming on, they're bound to eventually score a goal. It's just when they need to score it. You know, I would say before a minute left to create that pressure and get them back in it. And at the moment, they definitely do look like scoring at some stage because the amount of pressure that's been put on the last 40 seconds, the demos are starting to come back in. They've got their mojo running again, and they're trying to find that goal that will put them straight back into it. And DeCloud could do it here. Not quite. 2 minutes to go. Still 3-1.
Again, it's just all that boost being spent here from Greenpoint just to do the defensive as Wrinkly misses the overhead here and a chance for Speedy coming from the side. DeCloud will get the initial pick away. And finally, they've got some reprieve in their forward half at the moment. Speedy over one. Can't find the second, but he does have the boost as Panda. He'll take out 2 with that knock on there. DeCloud just needing to just get a bit of momentum falling his way for that one. But Speedy, nice center. Here comes Sabrex flying through. Oh, everyone misses it. Panda and DeCloud left. It gets over Panda. It might just loop on in, but you need Gods over the top. Make sure nothing of that is happening as we tick down towards a minute 30. And once again, on the attack, here come Temple Christian. They need that goal we were talking about right now and almost. But a nice save there from Sabrex.
This is the point now where they've got to start throwing everybody in to try and get a goal, get themselves back into the game. They know that they have themselves a free game. They know that they're going to get to game 3 no matter what. They can win it if they just find a way to get a goal, put the pressure on. Might as well go all in. You're not going to lose anything from it. and try to create a play that would get yourselves back into this second game. And DeCloud tries to do it there. And chance for Wrinkly comes back down. Unique God went early, couldn't quite get it. It's knocked away. 1 minute on the clock, and that was their best chance.
And that was everyone thrown at that ball as well. So if that had fallen around the other way, that might have been game over. But they've still got more chances here. DeCloud, this one cleared back towards the middle. Speedy coming in from over the top as Unique God back on defense here. Looking to try and get some dribbles going with this boost. Running out sort of towards the halfway, and SaberX will get that intercept. 40 seconds left. They need to find themselves a second goal. They need it now. DeCloud, that one towards almost an open goal, but Speedy back on defense. SaberX there within well, and that's what they need to do at this point. They don't need to do anything ridiculous here, Greenpoint. Just have the 3 players back, get the clearances as we tick below 30 seconds.
And that's exactly it. They're just wasting time at this stage, just trying to keep the ball up. Unique God's going to try something unique, and that's exactly what he's done. 18 seconds to go. Still plenty of time on the clock. And this is another beautiful goal.
That is what they needed. 2 to 3, 18 seconds. Greenpoint have led this entirety of the second game, and now they've got to hold on here for 18 more seconds to put this one into the best of 3. And our first third game of today's series we've had. But Temple want to take this to OT. DeCloud down from above. Oh, almost in. Speedy flying across the side. 6 seconds. Wrinkly, he'll have one more chance for a setup towards the middle, but I just don't think there'll be any time. And it will be locked at 1 apiece. Greenpoint Christian College escape with just the skin of their teeth. But a win's a win. And we're going to game number 3.
Going to game 3 for the first time on stream. And, I mean, that was one of those ones where it just goes the pass with 3 seconds to go. If it just bounces on the floor normally, it goes in. But it went off that small little bit near the post, and it bounced backwards because of it, and the player couldn't get there in time. It's just a game of inches, and this is a close one. Game 3, don't know where it's going from here.
It's an interesting one here. I feel like I'm still slightly leading with Temple Christian College just because I feel like their attacking forays have just had a bit more to them rather than from Greenpoint, who I think definitely better on the counter attack, but they just need to sort of even the attacking forays that they're having for between both sides, try and keep things around the center. But if they can do what they did in that last game, get those early goals and try and get out to some sort of lead, force the guys over on Temple Christian College to put a lot of effort in towards their attacking forays, leave themselves open to maybe just, you know, having too many players on those forward attacks. They're definitely opportunities. But you know, that's what it is. It's all the opportunities. It's all about not making mistakes. And all that one just almost rolling. Wrigley deciding at the last second, maybe we should block that as we'll be taken forward here from the side of Temple.
Yeah, I got a feeling that this one might be a lower scoring one. Just because both teams are a bit... They know that both teams are focusing on defense now. And that was a chance, but it was a good save. Just comes back out to the crossbar. SaberX won't get there in time. Speedy's going to take it instead. It was a good decision to do so. And Speedy goes himself. Oh, hits the crossbar and the post from Unique God's save again. Demos happening everywhere. 6 players on that half. Just anarchy happening everywhere. And it's knocked away from Unique God. He says, get that out of here.
Speedy's already had the 3 shots, and honestly, I'm not sure how one of those has not gone in so far, as now Unique God is boosting the air, misses the secondary tap on, but the ball's still rolling towards the goals as we speak. Speedy with the intercept through. DeCloud will be back on defense. Nice little clearance upward to God with him there, and now DeCloud could come in from the side as well. He keeps that one going. A nice little dive on there, and Unique God and DeCloud get that one in the back of the net. Might have been assisted as well by Fat Red Panda, who was trying to go up for the intercept through that side. And actually, might have even been SaberX. In fact, no one touched it. Just a fantastic play from Temple Christian College. And they take a 1-0 lead as we tick just around towards that 3:30 mark of this third and final game.
We've seen a few flip resets today. Seen a few flip reset goals and double goals off the wall. And they're a lot harder than they look. And they're making it look pretty easy. And that was a very, very good goal there from Unique God. This is another opening. Could be an own goal. Nearly. That's twice we've seen it going off the crossbar and the post in this game alone. And that one nearly goes in as well. And all of a sudden, momentum's a big thing. And if they get a second goal, if Unique God can find a way to create a second goal. But that one's open. It's another save off the crossbar. And this has just become very, very defensive all of a sudden. Speedy tries to get that one. Goes up. This is their chance. SaberX couldn't get to that one. Fat Red Panda goes up onto the roof and is going to be knocked away by Wrinkly. Counter-attack up the other end. And maybe DeCloud can get onto that one, but he says no, goes back. Very smart decision there.
Just back and forth at the moment, and that's all that Temple would want right now. They've got the 1-0 lead. They don't need to do too much. They do need to keep their cars intact. There's 2 distractions there, but now an open goal forced towards it, and Panda can't get on it. It only needed 1 player in the end. Both his teammates distracted, and Unique God just takes it all the way down. Speedy had the intercept. Unique God comes flying in from his previous shot there, and he gets the momentum. Bottom left corner. It's probably not the way he envisioned of scoring the goal, but you take him. And a 2-0 lead as we tick towards halfway in this game.
He predicted that. He predicted that he was going to hit the ball like that. It just managed to roll in and there was nobody back for it. I don't think he knew that there was nobody back, but he knew that the ball was going to go into that vicinity and just managed to jump up for it. Brilliantly done. And it's a dunk that's given them a 2-0 lead. And now from here, they just need the goal here is to just not concede at all. If you don't concede, you win. If you concede, the pressure starts coming, and this 2-goal buffer is huge. It's another dunk from Unique God. He's just hit 2 dunks in 30 seconds, and he's doing it all himself.
And this time, Saberex was the unfortunate one as Unique God 3-0 now with 2 minutes left on the clock. And again, that's just Greenpoint College. Just they know they need to score goals, so they're taking those risks of not having everyone really near that defensive half as much they would have had in those first 2 games. And 2 times now in the last 2 goals, it's been open ones, and almost again. This one was left lying around. Fat Red Panda and Speedy will get the clearances, but those are all well and good. They just need to find the back of the net right now.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. I mean, we're looking at 2 teams here who are... Oh, is that going in? No, just off the side of the post. They left it. I guess they thought it was going to miss, and it nearly went in. And that one's going to hit the bottom of the crossbar. Here's a chance. Demo's coming in. Saberex got a score. Not quite. Speedy's going to knock it away. Counter-attack's going to happen up the other end. But it's demoed. Unique God will probably go himself here. I wouldn't be surprised. He does, but not quite. 2 teams here that are undefeated. You can definitely tell Speedy makes it possible. 3-1.
That was beautiful from Speedy. From 1 goal to the other. Control in the air. The knockdown's nice, and Wrinkly just not enough boost to get himself skyward to get any contact on that one. So 3-1. There's still a pulse here for Greenpoint Christian College as we get ready to start off in the middle again.
Yeah, they know that they've got to score by about the 30-second mark to give themselves a chance. And there's a chance. Oh, Speedy went for the dunk. Just missed it. Just. And now up the other end, they're going to have a counter because of that. And it could end the game. DeCloud might have just given him the win.
That might be all she wrote there. God to DeCloud, and that is a beautiful shot, looping downwards. In fact, Unique God might have even just given it a little bit of a boost there with the opposition team. And 4-1. And Greenpoint, they've had opportunities. It's just been a game of sort of almosts, and unfortunately almost is just not going to get you wins. And 3-goal deficit, 50 seconds remaining. It's going to have to involve some pretty crazy goals, and almost a start there with Fat Red Panda, but those are the ones that just haven't quite gone in for them that they've needed to in this final game here.
Yeah, game of inches this one, and there's been a lot of crossbar hits, and I mean, Unique God's been the person to make sure those crossbar hits come in, because he's been hitting them into the crossbar saving-wise and making sure he gets that little touch that puts it into the crossbar. And definitely been player of the series for this one. As there's a chance. They score with 16 seconds to go. I've seen weirder things happen. If they can get a kickoff goal, you never know.
Well, that's what it is, the kickoff. And I mean, realistically, all Temple need to do is just make sure that is pretty much standstill in the middle. It falls either way. Don't allow anything off an assist from there. They'll throw everything they have right now at it. The Sobrex will get the knock-on through there. He's got no boost, and he just falls through the air. Double misses, but 8 seconds, 7. It continues to tick down, and the clearance, that will end it, you would imagine. And a great series all up, and it will be Temple Christian College who will take the win. DeCloud looking for one final goal, knocking towards the middle, or maybe we'll just go to the center one more time. Unless it just ends straight there as well anyway, but for Temple Christian College, a nice one to finish. 5 on the board. Wrinkly into the top left corner, and they are your series winner. 2-1.
Yeah, the scoreboard doesn't really reflect how close that game was in the end. But Unique God and DeCloud, even Wrinkly as well at the end there, just too much pressure on the ball to allow Greenpoint to even get any boosts to come back and defend. And those goals that looked like they were open goals were created from lack of boost from pressure. And they played very well there to make sure that pressure came in, and definitely deserved of being undefeated at the moment. And there's now 2 undefeated teams left in the ladder at the moment. So, we're getting close.
Yeah, I mean, that was just solid Rocket League all around. And I think definitely for Temple, they would, it's like, again, a game of inches where I feel like they were just a bar above on a couple of different aspects of the game, where it was just the attacking forays, the wall runs they had. And that's not to say anything to the Greenpoint boys that they weren't in the game at all. I mean, you take a game off them, they had their opportunities in that third game as well, and the scoreline ends up being 5-2, but as you said, it didn't really reflect how close it really was in a lot of those aspects. So shout out to both teams. For Greenpoint, I mean, look, you lose the game, your undefeated record's gone, which always hurts, but at the same time, you take a lot from it because now you know what you need to work on, where you can go forward. On this other side of things, Temple, I mean, they just keep rolling on. They get another win there. There's definitely things that they can look at that can improve on, especially that second game where they fell behind and ended up losing. So, I mean, both teams come out of it with lots to learn, lots gained, and 1 win and 1 loss.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've just had 2 series that were high-level, undefeated teams. So we've been really, we've had a lot of special games today to watch. It's very unique to have 2 games in a row where both teams are undefeated, but now we've only got 2 teams that are undefeated, and those teams are Newstead and Ghost. So yeah,
those 2 have done themselves very great stuff there indeed. Well, we are going to go and throw it to a quick break, guys. When we do return, it's going to be St. Joseph's Nudgee College, of course, as we watched it not too long ago, up against St. Francis D-Sales. D-Sales? It's D-Sales? I mean, S-A-L-E-S. However that's pronounced, someone can tell me, I'm sure, at some point. And then our final game of the day, once we do come to that, should be Sheldon College and also Newstead College. So we're getting a lot of teams that we've seen throughout the day to watch again. And for a few of those, I mean, that's what we want to see. They've all been fantastic games so far. So we'll throw it to a quick break. When we return, more Rocket League action. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back right after this. Hello everybody, welcome back here to the 2022 Acer High School Cup Term 4 Rocket League. Also week 2 as well, just in case you wanted to know that little tidbit of information. I'm joined again by Foxy, and well, Fox, I mean, we've seen some pretty nice series these last couple. All the action we've had today. Our first one that went all the way in the 3 matches, and now we've got we've got the 2 Saints schools coming up against each other for a nice little series in Game 4.
Yeah, the Saint Derby. 2 teams that about middle of table at the moment. However, I mean, you've got St. Francis de Sales are on 5-1, 5 wins, 1 loss, and NC1 are on 4-3. So, I mean, St. Francis are favourites in quotation marks, but St. Joseph's can definitely show themselves here and get themselves a big win, because they need it to get into playoffs at the moment. They need to get themselves a few wins, get into that playoff stage.
Yeah, well, definitely not to be underestimated. I mean, even sitting at that 4-3, they've shown that they can win some games there. But I guess, yeah, I feel like you would say just St. Francis have that slight edge. Nothing I would say is enormous. Oh, sorry, I was just going to say St. Joseph's were the ones that were sitting at the 5-1. So they've got a slight edge there. Be interesting to see how both teams handle that one as they start to make their way in towards the lobbies. But look, I'm just looking forward to another good series. Maybe another, we chuck it to an old best of 3 again. Make sure we go all the way through the best of 3s. And we're going to be chucking it into our 4th game of the day. Hope you're ready for this one, guys. On in the blue, it's St. Joseph's Nudgee College. In the orange, it's St. Francis de La Salles. Foxy, take this one away, mate.
I mean, this is going to be a lot closer than it looks. Frenchie is a player who is definitely going to, I guess, in quotation marks, carry the boys in blue. Good player, not only in this game, but in the 2D game as well. As all of a sudden, that goes out the door as the boys in orange get the first goal. But in the 2D game, side swipe, funny little fact for you, Frenchie was my teammate for the side swipe, a big side swipe $25,000 tournament back at the start of the season, and we came, I think, 8th. So he's not only good at the 3D game, but at the 2D game as well.
Well, there you go. And all the old nice $25,000 prize pool. Not what we have in store for, of course, the high school leagues, but I mean, that board that of course, the winning team gets, the ViewSonic one, worth around the $8,000, so it's about a quarter of the way, or sorry, I should say a third of the way there for this one. But at the moment, it is the guys over on De La Salles who are doing the work right now. 1-0 lead as we tick past the first minute here, and Colsey's going to be having a chance through the bottom as Frenchie will get that clearance down. Not too far down towards the bottom, but Dan will get that intercept and look to try and bring it forward. Unfortunately, doesn't really have the boost with him. And while the clearance goes away, he will get that destruction. But at the moment, back and forth, neither team able to really get rolling since that opening goal. It's just, feeling each other out. And De La Salles, I mean, they just, they take the early one because they're not quite ready as well. There was a car that just flew past the screen. I actually blinked there. I thought that was about to hit me in the face.
I mean, to be honest with you, I could see why these boys in orange have only lost 1 game. They're very, very fast to the ball. Their rotation is very fast, very good. When one player loses it, the next player's there, as you saw there. They're struggling to get it out. And there we go. What a bump from NJWR. What a bump to get him off the ball, because this would have been knocked away otherwise. But this little bump here, that one that causes the anarchy. 2-0.
And those are the kind of things that just make it, when you're a good team, when you're just a little bit, when you have those great teams you come up against, it's just those little plays like that. They don't seem like much, but they can do wonders. And Frenchie, well, I'm commenting on about maybe it's a good versus great, so he's taken offense to that one and gone straight in with air off the jump. It was an even win in the middle, and Frenchie gets it. NJ, I've got to be honest, he almost somehow saved that.
That would have been a godlike save. That was nearly impossible to save. He nearly found a way, but just goes over the line. And 2-1. They're back in now. I said that Frenchie's more than likely going to have to be on fire in this game to give themselves a chance. And that one just rolls off the post, nearly 3-1.
Bottom right corner, how has that not got in, as now they're turning defence into attack here on the side of Nudgee College as Frenchie controlling this one on the right side, trying to go over the first two, but now no one back on defense for the time being. Dan will get there for a defensive side swipe around, and Frenchie, nice little dribble on the left side, manages to get over the first as NimJWR back on defense again, just back and forth momentum. This ball sitting up towards the center. Milk, look at a nice little drop down there. Unfortunately, just running out of the boost and allowing Colsey to get up, but still 2-1, still plenty of opportunities as we kick down past halfway in this first game.
Yeah, I'm definitely noticing that Frenchie's trying to, I guess, cut the play a lot, trying to create something on the ball. And the problem you have with that is that it can create openings for your opponents if you take your own teammates out of rotation. And he's just, at the moment, just trying to maybe create a bit too much. Still a minute and a half on the clock, and right as Foxy says it, that's exactly what I thought would happen.
Yeah, Frenchie going for the knock over the middle, and Mitch coming in from the side. Frenchie misses that one. Dan just caught with no boost, trying to get back to get on the defensive, and 3-1. And the De La Salle's boys will get back that 2-goal cushion as we get set to go right again in the middle. Again, left and towards this side. Mitch coming through on there, and he will find it. Dan, I was going to say, got the clearance, but he's put it straight into Frenchie. Yep. And things just starting to crack at the seams here for St. Joseph's Nudgee College.
Number one rule, don't ever drive back into goal like that, because that kind of anarchy can happen. And 4-1, it's an own goal in quotation marks. It was a good shot that created the pressure, and at the moment, it's looking all good for the lads at St. Francis de Sales at the moment. As they're 4-1 up, looking very good on rotation, looking very fast on rotation as well. And every single time that it's up there, they just manage to find a way to get rid of it as well. Very, very good from St. Francis at the moment.
Well, Dan trying to try that dribble side there. A big clearance, and now a nice, almost set it from Mitch. And JWR just caught underneath that one for the time being as Frenchie's trying to take this one down the left side. We'll get past the first one as well. Now looking to get back into the middle, seeing if Milk or Dan can get a center in towards him. Unfortunately, they're caught off in the backside there as Frenchie goes from one side to the other as we tick down below a minute remaining. They need to find 3 goals in now 55 seconds. And I have seen miracles before, but I don't think it's going to be coming any fourth time soon, especially if Colsey comes in. A nice knockdown from the top there from Mitch, and Colsey is more than happy to oblige to put that into the back of the net. 50 seconds left on the clock, and a 5-1 lead here to St. Francis de La Salle's College.
That's a very good pass, but not only that, but it was very good positioning from Colsey to play on the front post so that he would get to the ball quicker than if he was on the back post. If he had been on the back post there, the save would have came in, and he knew the position to be in. He played it very well, and that's the difference between a knowledgeable player and a good player. And that was very knowledgeable and did very, very well there to make sure he was in the right position. 5-1, game one's going to be over here, and it's been pretty much at the same for this St. Francis side, who have only lost 1 game this tournament so far. And that one's going to go in for a weird one off Dan, and I think that's just a consolation.
Well, you take him. I mean, Dan, it's probably not what he was trying to aim for, but sometimes the angles can work in your favour. Pythagoras is a funny thing, and 5-2 now. We find ourselves as, well, Nudgee College, maybe another consolation goal could be on the cards, but they have been outplayed in the sort of the middle bits of this one. They found one of the first goals of the game, and they found one right at the end, but just during that middle period of it, it was just all for St. Francis de La Salle's as, again, lives down towards their end. Nudgee College trying to find a late one here, but no one in the centre. Mitch will take that one forward. Dan knocking it to the ground, and while Colsey put it up in the air for the time being, it may just fall down enough for NJWR to find something. He misses that one off to the side. And that is the game done. 5-2 for our first one, and a very solid sign there from the St. Francis boys.
Yeah, and I mean, that's exactly it. It's just Colsey did a lot of the simple stuff that made it look like the other players were being brilliant, and that's the difference at the moment. Is just Colsey's positioning on the play is just overtaking the difference at the moment, and it's just very hard for St. Joseph's to get through.
That it is, and now game number 2 on the way. What have Nudgee College got for us here? 5-2 in the first. They showed glimpses of what they were able to do in that first game. They need to try and get that for longer periods here as a nice long ball to start on there from Frenchie. Mitch with the intercept will start bringing this one forward over towards the right side. Frenchie, the other one left towards Erin Colsey, but Frenchie, a lovely save. It was a perfect setup there from the boys over St. Francis de La Salle's, and now Dan with a nice save. Mitch coming in, but Dan again. And some solid defending to start off this one for Nudgee College.
Look at all this pressure, though. There's going to be a chance somewhere. And just look at all this pressure. They can't get the ball out of the half, and every single time they try, somebody's there to put it back in. Colsey this time is going to put it back in. Can he do something with it? He can. He really can. He tried to find it through 3 players who all jumped up for it, and it allowed an opening for Mitch just off the side.
We've gone a minute, and I'm not entirely sure how the ball hasn't found the back of the net here so far for the De La Salle's guys. It has been living in their forward half as it's just desperate defending, and finally it breaks just as we do hit that minute gone. Colsey with the setup in the middle. Mitch flying in from his own half, gets the knockdown to the, well, aiming for the top right, ends up going smash bang in the center of the net. And St. Francis de La Salle's will take the lead 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, that's just pressure. It's in your half for a whole minute. You got no boost. You got to get it out of there, and they couldn't find a way to get it out of there. Exactly like I said, just every single time they bring it back in, they're going to get a chance on the ball, and eventually it's going to go in. And they couldn't get it out. It's 1-0, and they're looking very good. St. Francis looking like a playoff team at the moment.
What have Nudgee College got? They've shown they can put in some pretty decent defending. Now they need to turn some of that into some pretty decent attacking. NJWR though to intercept again at the halfway mark again. They're just not allowing him to get through. Frenchie, a nice solo clearance up in the air, but this is the problem. He's doing all that work with himself and Dan and Milk on the defense. They can't switch it the other way. As this one over Colsey, and here comes NWR from the deep side. Gets a little too high on that one as Dan misses the spin one. Falls over to the halfway throw for the first time there in a while as Frenchie flies in. Another save as we tick down to 3 minutes. And finally, they might be able to look to have an attacking throwaway. The ball rolling towards the goal. And Colsey, he didn't have the boost, but he had just enough speed to stop that one.
Oh, he was worrying me for a sec. He had no boost whatsoever. He was driving so slow. He was like a trailer. He just managed to find a way for it to go away. And the amount of pressure again, but just smart decision-making from the boys in orange as well. It's just there's times when they could have went for the ball, but if they did, it could have been risky, and they've gone against it. And those are good signs for a team. You don't want to necessarily put yourself or your teammates under pressure, and if there's a time when you can go back and just reset and start it all again like they're doing here, just get rid of it. And they're trying to, but Frenchie's trying to get something on it, and it's knocked away by Mitch. So good defending again. They can't get through at the moment.
At least showing those good attacking signs that we hadn't seen earlier to start this game as Frenchie coming in from the top there, laying it down, but NJWR there for the defense. 1 minute 55. The good thing here for Nudgee College is they have kept this one pretty close. They only need to find the one. They just need one mistake to come out here from the guys over in De La Salle to give them an opportunity to get back in this game and try and extend this series onwards. But the ball needs to be going the other way right now.
Yeah, the problem is, though, that the longer the game goes, the more risks they've got to take. And it just allows too many openings that way. You very rarely see 1-0 games because of that. It's kind of like ice hockey where you go for the empty netter and try to just completely give yourself a chance back in the game. And you can see the opening starting to happen already as they've got to get that goal. And they've got 1 minute 15. There's still plenty of time. I wouldn't necessarily say go all in yet, but they just haven't really had that opening so far this game. It's just been brilliantly defended. And here's that chance, and that could be the dagger. NJWR 2-0, 1 minute to go. I know there's plenty of time left, but the amount of pressure that's been coming from this St. Francis team might have just given them the win.
Yeah, Frenchie just didn't really have the power behind that block down, and unfortunately just sits there for NJWR to put in the back of the net. And now, well, risks will maybe coming aplenty, and that may mean there might be a few goals flowing the other way as Dan Milk sitting in towards the side. Frenchie is actually allowed in towards the middle that flies towards goal, but NJWR just enough back there on defense. They've been solid there, and they have been tested. Got to give it to Nudgee College after that first game. I didn't expect much coming in on their attacking side, but they've done a good effort, and Frenchie finally finds that back of the net, and they are still within a chance here. 39 seconds, it's a 1-goal, and they've got to be careful, this De La Salle's. They cannot be allowing stuff like that to happen.
Yeah, well, they've given themselves a chance now to lose it with that kind of opening. They need to go back, just reset it. They got 38 seconds to go. They know that the boys in blue are going to go all in. So you just wait for them to go all in, get that counter attack and finish the game, or just make sure that they don't score. Simple as that. This is good from them as well. They're making sure that more time off the clock goes, and Mitch is just going to knock it up into the corner. It's kind of like keeping it up in the corner flag in soccer. Just waste more time off the clock.
Oh.
That's all they're doing. And this will be the chance for Frenchie, though. You don't want to give Frenchie time on the ball. And that one goes up. And chance maybe.
Oh.
Players flying everywhere. All over the place. And it's knocked away. And they find a way. And surely the ball is going to hit the floor. And it does. St. Francis get the win.
That they do. Not before. A bit of a scare there at the end from St. Joseph's Nudgee College. Gave a nice showing of themselves there. And well, I mean, overall, it was a pretty nice way to end it, and it's just, I think the problem, we saw there, one goal that came through there was because Frenchie got set up, and the problem they had was he just wasn't being able to get in those positions. A lot of the chances they had, he had to set up himself, or was trying to push things that weren't really there. But when they had that opportunity where there was Dan in the middle, got it set up, that was the one to do it. So I think if the boys really go back to where they've been for a few of the others, they just need to get a few of those ones falling for Dan, and also the other side there for Milk. When they have those opportunities, when they can find those centering shots, where they can put Frenchie in a position where he can do the scoring, he can definitely cause a lot of havoc. But, I mean, all credit to St. Francis. They were fantastic in the first game, and they did enough in the second to get the job done. So they are our 2-0 series victor for game number 4. And that means, well, we've only got one more game to go.
And it's Sheldon Esports versus Newstead College, which should be an interesting game. It's another game that's kind of mid-table. Both teams looking for a chance to give themselves something and get themselves a win. But the problem is that Sheldon are kind of mid-table, needing to look for wins. They're coming into Newstead College, who are 8-0 and looking brilliant. Zav on Newstead College has been looking very, very good, and it's going to be a very hard one for him, but anything's possible.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we saw what Newstead could do, so this is going to be a tough assignment for Sheldon College. But, you know, you always go in thinking you're going to be winning games. You've got to have that positive mindset flowing. And at the end of the day, I mean, these teams, I mean, we've got the 8 that will go through. Even if you just get there in the 8, 7, 6, you might, you know, it looks like you might be filling numbers because there's other teams above you that have those, you know, major wins, maybe a series over the top. But it's just about getting there in the sense. So Sheldon College, they'll have their work cut out, but hopefully they can put themselves up for a good game. And we, ladies and gentlemen, got to go to a quick break for the last time today. When we return, it's going to be Sheldon College and Newstead to take us home before we, of course, do see you off for the end of the day. So stick around. We will be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope we are all doing well. And this is, of course, the Term 4 Week 2 Rocket League series here for the Acer High School Cup. Lovely old Term 4 stuff action. And we've seen some lovely action so far today in our Rocket League ones. Foxy, 4 series, 4 pretty good games, I'd have to say. And we've got one more to send us off into the late afternoon.
Yeah, and this one could be a goal fest. I think that you've got Zav on Newstep that was just brilliant in the early part of the show, and I mean if it ends up the same again, he's gonna have another goal fest, and he's been really good. But not only that, but his team as well has been really good. But these, I mean, I give him a shot. I give Sheldon a shot, but they're going to have to play the same way that we saw earlier with the kind of defensive type counter-attacky game that we saw in the first game of the day. But it's gonna take a lot. But hopefully the boys have fun, and I mean that's the important part in the game.
I think that's always the mix, isn't it? You want to try and play attacking football in the sense that, you know, every team wants to score goals, but when you are up against a team which you sort of look at and go, okay, they probably do have the attacking capability over us, then you look towards that counter-attacking football, how you want to play that, how you want to set up through those. And I think if Sheldon can get that, like what we saw in a few of the other ones, early goal, just get the momentum and stagnate what we saw out of a team like Newstead, where they were incredibly, I would say, you know, on top of their game in quite a number of the ones, like the scores they were able to do, the goals they were able to kick. So, yeah, early on, I think we're going to get a very clear indication of how this game is going to sort of, well,
as we're
turn to fruition.
Ready to go for the final game/series of the day.
Yes, we are. Just as soon as I make sure that the actual the names of the teams are on display properly, we might have had those just around the wrong way. As you know, thought we might get through it all clean day without that happening, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't all come to fruition. As we will start to get into this one, the spectators are in, the players are ready, and we are good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it, our final game of the day. Sheldon Esports up against Newstead College. Foxy, take it away.
So this one's going to be one of those games where it's going to be very counter-attacking, and you can see from the start that they get a counter-attack in the first 9 seconds, and it came straight from a big play from Shifu, who played very well in the series that we saw earlier. More of a positional player who tries to set up Zav most of the time, or Snarly, but played very well in that winning series that we saw earlier. This one's going to be one of those ones. We've had 3 series in a row where it's been very close and very kind of intense. This one might be more of a chill one, but who knows?
That we will wait to see. Newstead, an early goal within the first 30 seconds now. Things returning to a bit of normality as things just start to fall back and forth. Is Sheldon Esports trying to get that one falling forward. Masson, good start off the top, but no boost to follow, and Snarly, oh, that is beautiful stuff there. Takes the ball away from the center. 1, 2, and finding the back of the net as it falls right down in. And 2-0. We've gone 45 seconds in this one, and you were saying we might know, well, we're going to find out what we were going to get early on in this game. I think we might be seeing what could be, well, I'm not going to say bloodbath.
Nah.
But good for, it's going to be a lot of defending here from Sheldon Esports by the looks of things.
They're very good players, though, this Newstead team. And, I mean, Snarly scores a goal like that on console, mind you. He's playing on console, and I could never play on console. I played on console when the game first came out, and I had about, let's say, 2,000 hours on it. I had to buy a PC because I just had enough of the game on console. It's there's a FPS, a lot less FPS, and it's a lot harder to play the game. But Snarly makes it look very easy. He goes into the middle, tries to find another one, and 3.5 minutes to go, 2-0, and they're freestyling on him at the moment. They're looking very good, and this team that's definitely going to the playoffs, but they're trying to get there undefeated, and they keep playing like this, and I think they will.
Sheldon Esports, they're doing what they can, but you can't do much against that. Zav from the top rung puts that one down. Seemed like it was going to be blocked there. It was a nice effort coming from, well, I was going to say Masson. I think it was actually someone else above him through it, but 3-0 as we've gone about 1 minute and 52 seconds into this one. Not quite through the halfway point. 3 already. They are showing their ascendancy and make it 4 as it's going to be another one there for Zav.
Yeah, this is just a good kickoff from Snarly again, who gets a good kickoff and then hits it right at that corner. Well read by Zav again. And going back to that previous goal, he had no boost on that roof either. It's just a very, very good goal. Very good freestyling kind of player, Zav. And he's going again, and he scored 3 goals in the space of 5 seconds.
Yeah, this one 5-0 right now. Zav has decided it's party time. And it's only game 1 of this best of 3. So still plenty of time left in this one to fall through as well. And what have Sheldon Esports got? It's not easy when it's already feeling like this. And oh, it's just not getting any better. 6-0. And well, Masson's already calling GG's, which, to be fair, when it's feeling like this, can't exactly blame them.
The thing is that, like, not only have they scored 4 goals in 10 seconds, but every single one of them was Zav. Like, it's just so weird. It's like, yeah, you get a kickoff goal here and there and everything else, but every goal that went in was Zav. And that's another one. 7-0, and they're just looking for style points.
Yeah, Shifu joining in the party there. This one just left out near the penalty area. And when you're leaving ones like those open, it's always going to fall in towards the back. So 7-0, 2:41 still to go. We haven't even ticked over the halfway point, so that scoreline could still balloon out a whole lot more if it continues the way it's going, especially with that. And this time, well, it's the man himself, Mr. Zav, for his 5th goal. And we still are not even past halfway.
Yeah, Zav's looking on his way to 10 at the moment in this game alone. It's 8-0 halfway through, but I'd say that those 8 goals only came within the past minute. There was a moment there where it was looking like they were struggling to, not necessarily struggling to get through, but they couldn't get through, and now it's just completely changed. And I mean, they're trying, and there's a couple of good plays coming in, and that one goes off the crossbar, goes in by Zav. He's got 6 now. He's almost on 1,000 score with 3 minutes to go. I mean, with 2 minutes to go, which, you know, getting 1,000 score happens once in a blue moon. It's definitely showing not only this team, but the other teams that, you know, they're for business here, and, you know, they want to show that. I think that the big game is definitely the game next week with the 2 teams that are remaining undefeated, to see which, because obviously only one team can go through undefeated. Who's going to go through undefeated to playoffs and get that momentum? Because at the moment, Zav's team at Newstead are just looking unbeatable.
Well, they are looking rather unstoppable at the moment, and it just continues to rain goals here in this first game. And oh my God, he's almost found another one. This one bounces off the crossbar and the post, and somehow doesn't find its way in, and it's actually a bit of a reprieve here for Sheldon Esports as it heads down towards the other end of the field for at least a couple of seconds. But now coming in, Shifu, this one off the top, and it will rolling in the end with a bit of a knock-in from Zav. He's now at 1,198 points, 11 goals. We've still got 97 seconds left to go.
Yeah.
I'm feeling 15's definitely on the cards here.
Yeah, and he's 3 away from 10 as well. I don't think I've ever casted a game where somebody scores 10 goals in a game. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that was a weird one. That was a weird goal. So what happens here is he backs up into it. Snarly misses the shot, but then he gets it back off the backup. definitely didn't mean to do that. 12-0.
When it rains, it pours, I guess. As 12-0, minute 27 left on the clock. Again, it's another centre clearance of the way there of Newstead College. Sheldon Esports will actually get themselves a nice little attacking foray here. Masson coming from the top rung. He misses, and that might cost them dearly because the man with the ball is Zab. Loses it for the time being, playing around this midfield area. His score continues to tick up. He's looking for 8. I don't think they're going to be able to stop him either. Oh my lord. He's just toying with them. What on earth is that? He just actually pauses almost in midair. And then just a nice little tap on as well. And I mean, what can you do about that?
I could see that coming from a mile away.
Zav is he's a freestyle type player who, if he positioned perfectly in games, he would find himself a good team professionally. I think that his mech is perfect. I think that positioning wise, if he worked on it, it'd be even better. As that one goes in, but Snarly's pass was even better. Snarly goes for the flick, hits the bottom of the crossbar, and Zab's there, and that's 9 goals for Zab. That's 9. Yeah, he's going for 10. Yeah, see? There it is. He's going for 10.
We're almost at the magical 15, it seems. There's 14-0. 30 seconds left. Can Sheldon Esports held on for just a little bit longer as oh no. Oh, this one off the post. He almost looked like another one there. And actually taken away from Masson. Has a chance to get this one back towards the middle of the nice center, but intercepted by Zab again. 61 boost. A knock over the top, but a nice block there from Haz coming in from the back there. Shifu now will be the one to put it towards goal. Zab has to fall away, and this time it's Reward Motors doing nicely. We might not get the 15. 10 seconds. He's trying to find 10, but he's running out of time right now. It's like Buddy Franklin for the 13 back at Tasmania. And I don't think he's going to get it. Needs to stay in the air here from Shifu for anything to happen. Allows Zav to get near it. Motors misses. Oh, it's falling. It's not quite there. They're still keeping it in the air. And it's still there for a chance. But not quite. 14-0. Not quite the 10. But it is a pretty emphatic win there for Newstead.
I mean, yeah. He was going
There's not really
10.
a whole lot to say, is there?
He was going for 10. He nearly got it. And I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a game where 26 shots from a team in a game, 15. Not only did he have 15, but 9 of them went in. So like that's a 60% goal rate, which is ridiculous.
Oh, well, someone seems to have possibly crashed in this one, so we might have
they might get back.
A little delay here is... Oh.
Yeah, I'll reset it.
So, well, big game here, ladies and gentlemen. As we can see, the ball is waiting in the middle here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Anything could happen, really. As we...
Professional...
Starting to look towards this one here. We'll switch across just to the old caster cameras while we wait here, just for that one to reset back up. But yeah, it happens, guys.
Professional casting.
Only the best of that kind. But 14-0. So now the 15. Oh, I feel like that's going to be on the on the agenda now. The 10 goals as well, if it does come up. But I mean, this is the one where we're talking about, something like at the end of the day, you want to be having fun. I don't know how much fun you can really have if you're Sheldon Esports right now, but it's always the opportunity just to find that one goal. We saw a 6-0, 7-1 game, of course, in the earlier stages of today, and that was Newstead College up against another team, so they're just almost toying with their food, as it seems at the moment. So
yeah, that's exactly.
Hopefully we won't be too far away from getting this one back underway, and then, well, that'll be pretty much us done for the day, which is...
Yeah. I mean, God, the games that we've had this, just today in general, I expected just blowout after blowout, and that's not what we've had at all. They've all been close games. We've had games that have been for, to keep, just give me a sec. We've had games to keep players in, undefeated territory, and only having 2 teams left that are undefeated, and I mean, next week we'll only have one team undefeated, as I'm pretty sure the 2 undefeated teams play next week, and that's going to be big.
I mean, that's what we're here for. We are seeing some really nice teams coming together, and second week in, and also having some experience. I think a lot of these teams have kept most of their players they've had from the previous terms. There's been probably a couple of changes here and there from player commitments and people changing from here to like other games and whatnot. But I mean, overall, is what we're here to see is these types of series where we get those close 2-to-1s, see those big plays. These what kind of ones we're doing at the moment, like the game we're just having, not so much. We're going to get those now and then. Look, there is skill differences in a few of the players from each side. That's just the way a few is going to be. And it looks like we are having more technical issues with one of the boys. Might be another crash, which is...
one person's missing out of the lobby at the moment, so we'll just get that fixed. But, and I mean, at the end of the day, they're learning as well. These are players that they've probably never... level of players they've never played against before. Like playing ranked and stuff like that, you don't get to play against these players because you're at your level. So you're only going to learn from playing these players and learn that, you could do that, or you know what I mean? You need to learn from the best, and that's exactly what they're doing here in this tournament. And they'll get their wins. They've had wins. They're 2 and 3 at the moment, and they'll find their wins when they can. But I'm pretty sure they recognize that these guys are just a level above them at the moment.
Well, so I mean, that's half the way it works through them. So I mean, you look through a few of these different ones, and we have seen a few of these players as well that are on actual teams themselves that are, playing in tournaments. We saw one of the boys, I think was on one of the Dynasty rosters, who didn't recently make it through to the mainstay in the Fall Cup. They played recently, I think it was last week. In fact, I shouldn't know that. I was one of the people casting it. But they're still playing around those open qualifiers. I know there's a few boys, like younger ones, on a few of the teams that come together. For some ones that don't particularly play under orgs, but I mean, from a few of these players clearly have the skill and potential there. And, then you're playing against people that, it's doing it for fun. They're just, the school said, we can do this, we can do that, whatever you want to do there. But looks like we have managed to iron out the issues, and we will get back into this one here. Well, are we looking for more goals? It looks like we are. It didn't even take 5 seconds for that one, and Zav has found one immediately there. Coming off the right side, he's annoyed himself. He couldn't find 10 in the last game, and we saw already at 1-0.
I mean, there's the 10th, he says. That's the thing with these next level players, is that when they're playing against players who will give them the room, as he scores another one there, then they'll score. I mean, they see it as free play in a way. It's a weird way of thinking it, but when playing free play, when you play for so long and everything else, there's players who will sit in free play for hours on end, trying these plays and everything else. And if you don't give them any pressure on the ball, then when it comes to a real game, they're just seeing it as free play, because there's nobody attacking them as he scores a third. There's nobody attacking him. There's nobody trying to create pressure on the ball. And so that's where these goals that look brilliant come in, because they've got so much practice and so much hours of time that they've put into the game. That's just so important if you want to become a professional. Is just you've got to have time to practice daily, and just some of these guys go hours on end just on free play alone, as you can see here.
And this is one again, Zav trying for that one. Hazard will actually get a pretty nice block, but Snarly coming in from over the top finishes it off. And well, 4 goals. We haven't quite ticked past the first minute, and I'll be thinking right now Sheldon Esports would have been hoping that their PCs just kept crashing. Rule 1, anyone? I don't know what Rule 1 is. I'm assuming there might be a forfeit rule there.
Yeah, I know what Rule 1
it's like, is that maybe Mercy Rule? Because I don't know if that's actually one that comes together. Oh, my Lord. Shy for this stuff. That was actually just a really nice little tap on there.
Rule
All
1's
himself.
a classic.
Off the middle.
Rule 1's a classic. It originated from like when the game first came out. And it's basically if two cars meet face to face, there's kind of like a gentleman's agreement that you don't get out of it. That's a good goal from Zav. So you kind of just kiss and stay there just until somebody goes out of it. But like some people do it, some people don't. People don't like it when you don't rule 1. But you know, in a professional setting, there's been times when it's happened it rarely happens in pro games, but when it does happen in a pro game, the Twitch chat just do not like it if you go out of Rule 1. They see it as bad karma. That's what Rule 1 is.
Well, that's how it usually has to go by as well. There is number 4 for Zav. He's now got them up to 7 here.
Yeah. That's
for Newstead College. That is number 5. That was 4 as he was putting that in. That is now up to 5. So he's halfway towards that 10. He missed out on it last time by the 1 goal.
Yeah.
And the way this is flying, I think
par.
we're going for 20 here.
He's on par for 10 at least. He's definitely trying in this one. I reckon he was mad with his lack of 10 in the last one, that he's told his teammates, look, just pass it to me, would you?
I'm sure Sheldon College are really enjoying that. Oh my
He's got
Lord. Well,
He's got another.
I mean, yeah, you just can't do much about that when, I mean, you're Sheldon Esports guys. We can clearly see they don't have the aerial capacity that the guys on Newstead do, especially Zav, what we've seen so far from him. It's just, well, yeah, I mean, it's unfair.
That's him as well. At 7.
Oh boy.
This is the best one of the bunch.
Yeah, just down the middle, no one in goal. See you later.
I mean, they're having fun at this point. I mean, I think both teams are. I think they know that they were coming into this one as very heavy, long shots. I think we all knew, we all hoped, but this team are just they're definitely, as I said earlier, they're definitely looking like they're grand finals bound at least. They won last season, didn't they? They won Term 3.
I believe they did. I'd have to go back and check the old exact. I should remember because I was the one who casted that. But
yeah, but they're definitely one of those teams that they're just hard to beat. There's teams. I mean, there's teams of that are in the university AEL league that would struggle against these guys. And I mean, I would struggle against these guys half of the time. And I'm a positionally decent player. I'm not very good on the mech, but it takes a lot of time and effort and teamwork to be this good. I think that these three are definitely a team that haven't just met up together and say, let's play Rocket League kind of thing. I well and truly think that here's a chance here. Hasn't nearly got to that one. That was a chance.
Oh, surely he's got to give him one. That's a bit cruel. That an open goal almost there. And I'll be honest, though, full credit to the Sheldon Esports guys. The last minute or so, they've held very nicely. So
they don't want the 10 for Zav. They don't want the 10.
They don't want it at all.
3.
Because now Zav is just going to...
He's just giving him a call. He's got to be listening to the casting at that point. He knows.
Well, I mean, you take him however you can get him, even if it's very obviously given in a sense. But 9-1. And that is the first goal for Sheldon Esports off a just really embarrassing own goal. I don't even know what Zav was thinking there. He's just lost the plot completely.
Terrible.
He's deciding to make it up as he decides to grab himself another. He's up to 8 with 1:30 left on the clock.
You reckon it was tactically
Yeah, just a tactical reset. He wants to get a ball.
Tactical own goal so that it would reset into the middle.
I mean, that could be the way it's working. They've had a lot of their goals just from these middle starts, and that had been about a sort of the minute and a half of just it being stuck in between both sides. The tactical own goal. Never thought I'd be using tactical and own goal in the same sentence, but that's where we're at.
Yep, they're totally trying to give him 10. He had an open goal then, and they're totally trying to. There we go. That's in. He's on 9.
Oh, he's got a minute and 9 seconds to find the
18.
classic number 10.
He scored 18 in 2 games. I don't think I've ever casted a game like this before.
I guess technically 19 because he did score an own goal as well.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, he gets 10 taken off for that.
Oh, well.
Snarly scored. It was that bad of an own goal, he loses 10.
Well, there you go. As that one falls into the back of the net, Snarly puts himself on the scoreboard once again, and 12-1. Still got 67 seconds. I mean, broadcast-wise, this has definitely extended us to that, half an hour that we had left over from a couple of the other games. Been a few quicker ones, so hey, we'll give it that. Certainly, if you like goals, you've certainly seen a few. Can't complain about a lack of them.
We've seen a few highlights as well, not only in this series, but in other ones as well. There's been some really, really good plays and goals today.
44 seconds left on the clock, and I think everyone's looking at what Zav will do. He's at 9 goals. He's looking for number 10, but he's got no boost here, and Hazard will clear. 33 seconds. The clock continues to tick down. He's just starting to run out of time here. As again back on defense there. Again, Zav looks towards the middle, and that will be number 10.
He did well. He's happy.
Finally, he says.
It took him about 2 minutes of being stuck on 9. He was like, no, it's not happening again. Gets his double. 23 seconds on the clock of what's been a really fun and close day of Rocket League action from a lot of these teams. And we saw a few game 3s, we saw a few overtimes, and at the end of the day, 2 teams will remain undefeated, and one of them is this winning team of Newstead College.
And the clock continues to its final conclusion. The ball will stay in the air for at least a couple more seconds before it hits the turf, and that is all she wrote. 13-1, 2-0, and 10 goals there from the man, Mr. Wall. Nice shot, also known as Zav. And that's what we like to see to finish it there. A bit of a thank you across to all the of course, which we don't mind. Oh, no worries, mate. We do enjoy doing the casting. And cheers to you guys for being here so we could cast it. But yeah, I mean, not really much to talk about in that last game there. But the series as a whole, as you were saying throughout the day, they've just been good fun.
Yeah, I mean, they were really, really entertaining. It was more entertaining than I thought it would be. And I've had a lot of fun. I've really, really enjoyed this, and with so much more of the High School Cup to come, I mean, there's just a lot more to happen and a lot more drama to happen as well, and to see who's going to get through the playoffs in a few weeks' time.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our Week 2 broadcast of the games. But before we do go, we need to, of course, give I would say a little shout out to all of our lovely sponsors that we have. Do you want to start us off, Foxy, with our first cab off the rank?
Yeah, Acer Predator Gaming, of course, the presenting partner. Discover your next,
If you like spaghetti, pasta. I guess Predator have that as well.
Thanks for that, boys. Discover your next favorite game. Play over 100 high-quality games with your new Acer and Predator Gaming Windows 11 PC and 1 month of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which we all love. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, free games, why not? And ViewSonic, the educational partner, who upgrade your classroom today with ViewSonic's large format, interactive displays, and the MyView board software suite, which of course we're giving away to the team that wins it all. And AOC Monitor, the gaming monitor partner. Get the best gaming experience with their latest range of gaming monitors. and Rig Gaming, the gaming headset partner. Experience great sound with Rig's gaming range of headsets. So thank you to all of our sponsors who make this possible.
Yes, thank you to all our sponsors, Predator, ViewSonic, AOC, and Rig. We very much appreciate them because, well, without them, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of these casts, and we also wouldn't be able to do it without all the teams that are participating in this one. Shout out to all the ones that participated today. Let's have a look. It was Newstead, the Old Linwood Senior High School, Temple Christian, Greenpoint College, St. Joseph's, De La Salle, and also Sheldon Esports. You all put on a show for us. Hope you all did enjoy. And Foxy, well, I think that is us pretty much done for the day. Thank you for joining me for what has been a very enjoyable cast, I must say. Good fun all around.
No problem. I had a lot of fun, and I mean, hopefully, this is the start of many for me, and I had a lot of fun and just love being part of AEL and being part of this part of Rocket League where it's the start of people's careers. And, you know, some of these players will look back 5 years from now and be like, I was in the high school cup and I won it. And now they're professionals, you know, so this is the start of some of these players' careers, and hopefully, you know, we can all be a part of that, and I'm happy that I am. So thanks for having me.
No worries at all. And yes, guys, I mean, that's the thing. You can walk in after you win the tournament, you can go back to your old school, and you can see that ViewSonic board that you put up there because you got the job done. So thank you once again, guys. That's going to be me and Foxy done for the day. I don't know if we'll be back, but Rocket League, of course, will be back for week 3 next week on the Saturday Arvo. So enjoy yourself. Have a good rest of your weekend, and we will catch you all next time.